Alright, I'm going to walk through the first two on this side, the first two on the other side, and call it good. We did this a couple weeks ago, so you should have that page as well. If you remember how to do it from that page, great. You can just do the exact same thing on this page. There's nothing new that I'm adding. Just another page of notes, another page of reminders. Number 7 says the cost of 4 boxes of pens and 3 boxes of pencils is $22.55. The cost of 3 boxes of pens and 2 boxes of pencils is $16.45. Find the cost of each. So if you have your notes from last time, I believe these questions, I just pulled them from the same thing. I picked these 2 pages because they more closely fit what's going to be on the test, so that instead of having 4 pages to flip through, you just have a front and a back to look at. But when we set this up, we need to make sure that we've got a variable for pens and a variable for pencils. So I'm going to say A equals pens. Oh, this pen is broken. And B equals pencils. Good. Now the first sentence said the cost of 4 boxes of pens and 3 boxes of pencils is $22.55. So I'll say 4A plus 3B equals $22.55. The next sentence said the cost of 3 boxes of pens and 2 boxes of pencils is $16.45. So we'll say 3A plus 2B equals $16.45. Now that we have our 2 sentences, we can solve this. We use combination. The goal is to get, like for example, the A's to be the same in both equations. You could do it with the B's if you wanted to. I just do it with the A's because they're out in front, and if I'm going to be multiplying, I might as well do that one. But to get these to be the same, I'm going to multiply this whole equation right here by the coefficient on A in this one. So in this case, the 3. So everything here times 3. And on this side, we'll do everything times 4, because that's the coefficient here. Now what happens when we do that is we end up with 12A and 12A. And that was the goal, right? Get 12A in both of them. Now we'll continue with the one on the left. 3 times 3B is 9B. And 22.55 times 3 is 67.65. On the left side, we'll have an 8B, and 16.45 times 4 is 65.80. Let's line these 2 equations up. So this piece goes over here. We'll have 12A plus 8B equals 65.80. And then we subtract. 12A minus 12A is 0. 9A minus 8B is B. And then 67.65 minus 65.80 is 1.85. So there we've got it. The boxes of pencils cost $1.85. We take that information and plug it into any one of the equations that we've made so far. I'm going to do the 3A plus 2B because it's the smallest, but you can do it with any one. And all I did so far is instead of writing 2B again, I wrote 2 times 185. When we multiply this out, we get 3A plus 370 equals 1645. We're going to subtract 370 from both sides and get 3A equals 1275. And to finish off, we divide by 3. A equals 425. Okay? Well, that's kind of blurry. This camera is not great, but hopefully it looks okay on your end. We will do number 8, and then we'll flip to the back side. There are a couple of outcomes. The cost of 12 oranges and 7 apples is $5.36. 8 oranges and 5 apples cost $3.68. Find the cost of each. Since I don't want to use O as a variable here, I'm going to use X and Y. X is my oranges. Y is my apples. Good. That first sentence said the cost of 12 oranges and 7 apples is $5.36. So that's what we'll write down. 12 X for oranges plus 7 Y for apples equals $5.36. We continue with the next sentence. 8 oranges, X for oranges, plus 5 Y for apples is $3.68. Find the cost of each. And this is where really big numbers come in. We're going to multiply both sides so that we end up with the same number of x's. 12 times, we'll multiply this side by 8 because that's the coefficient here. We'll multiply this whole side by 12. 12 times 8 is 96x plus 56y equals 536 times 8, which is 4288. So again, all I did was multiply everything in this side times 8 times 8 times 8. On the other side, I'm going to multiply everything by 12. 8x times 12 is 96x. 5y times 12 is 60y. 368 times 12 is 4416. Now I can line these equations up on top of each other either way. Since this one on the right has the bigger numbers, we're going to pull this one over here and say 96x plus 56y equals 4288. Subtract equals. Again, I could do it either way, but doing it this way, I avoid negative numbers, and I don't like those. So 96x minus 96x was 0x. 60y minus 56y was 4y, and then we'll do 4416 minus 4288 to give us 128. When we divide that by 4, we get y equals 0.32. If we know y is 0.32, then we can take any one of these equations. We'll just do this one that's right here already. And go 96x plus 56 times 0.32 equals 4288. 56 times 0.32 is 1792. So we get 96x plus 1792 equals 4288. If we subtract 4288 minus 1792, we get 96x equals 2496. And then when we divide that by 96, we get x equals 0.26. And that's it. All of our equations get set up that way. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me a message in Canvas. I'll be back next week, but this should be in your notes already. If you still have that page, you can go back and check how we did that. But otherwise, this will be on the test on Thursday.